After feeling a bit misunderstood, I would say, for most of his life, last year, at the age of 50, author and broadcaster Matt Cain was diagnosed with autism. And ahead of Autistic Pride Day, that's coming up tomorrow, Matt is sharing his story. Joins me now. It's so good to see you. It really is. You know how much I love your work and I love your books.
Thank you.
And it's fantastic. But there you are, diagnosed with autism at aged 50. Did it sort of make things clearer for you? Looking back?
It did, absolutely, because I'd had certain areas where I'd really struggled. For me, they were being very sensitive to criticism and rejection, being hyper... I feel emotions very intensely and I struggle to manage them. And I was very anxious all the time, very attached to routine, and I'd be thrown if something disrupted my routine. Also, I have heightened sensory sensitivities. So when I was little, things like firework displays, I'd go berserk. I couldn't stand to be touched. So as a baby, if my mum and dad picked me up to cuddle me, I'd cry. I hated it. Can you imagine how sad that was for them? And things like the sound of people eating with their mouths wide open. Actually, the autistic brain processes sounds differently. And all these areas in which I'd been struggling, it did make sense of them when I got the diagnosis. You're absolutely right.
Gosh, isn't that astonishing? Do you think that being autistic and being you, being that part of you, made you more creative, made you the author that you are, in a sense?
It's funny you should say that. So I'm really pleased you've asked that, because I wanted to talk about the positives. And I can see now that things like feeling emotions very intensely, being hypersensitive, hyper-empathetic, they're problematic in real life. But when you're crafting a story on the page, as you know, that can be a gift. And I'm a very good planner. So things like keeping track of various plots and timelines. It's been great for my writing. I don't think I'd have been as successful a writer if I wasn't autistic. And I've never specifically written about autistic characters. That's the funny thing.
But that's so fascinating, isn't it? Do you think it's kind of cleared up a lot of things? Do you feel, I understand why I was doing that, or that makes it easy? Is it made things easier getting the diagnosis, even though it's at the age of 50? Well,
shall I tell you what, Lorraine? This is why I wanted to share my story, because there's so much misunderstanding and stereotyping and demonisation of autistic people. And actually, I missed the signs for myself. I've got a nephew who's at university, who's 21, who was diagnosed just after me. He was really struggling, dropped out of his first year. I didn't even recognise the signs in him. Because there's so much misunderstanding. And what I thought was, you know, I need to talk about the fact that people say autistic people have no empathy, they're cold and they have no emotions. It's not that at all. We are either end of the spectrum, but the neurotypical reaction to emotions and sensitivity in the middle, we're not that. We're one extreme or the other. And I didn't realise that. And things like, I get really worked up about injustice. So, you know, if there's that racist member of the extended family you get sitting next to at a meal, I can't control my outrage. And so there's been a few arguments. Also, with work situations, if something goes wrong, you know, I had a situation where a lot of royalties went missing for months and I couldn't pay my mortgage. And I mean, that shouldn't happen to anybody.
No, of course.
But I couldn't control my feelings and I just blurt stuff out. And
maybe that's no bad thing, though.
Well,
we're also, you know what the Brits are like? It's also, oh, no, it's all fine, everything's fine. And actually, sometimes you're better just to get it out there. You tell me how you feel.
Totally right. And they say autistic people have a real passion for justice. And obviously, this is a positive thing. I do wonder how many activists throughout history have been autistic, and that's what... you know, because we can never know what's motivated people. I'm already seeing that in my books, autism has given me my central theme, because they're all different, the novels, but they're all about characters who are ashamed of who they are. They've been made to feel they don't fit in, they're not good enough, people don't understand them. And I send them on a journey of self-discovery towards self-acceptance and self-love. And I thought this was coming from my gayness. But actually, I think my autism has fed into it as well, and that's given it more depth, and that's why readers have responded so positively.
Well, exactly, because your characters are so rounded. I mean, you really feel like you know them. And so much so, they're going to be, well, obviously you're published in America, but I always said to you, when I read your books, there's got to be a movie here. There's got to be a TV series. I mean, finally, surely. Well,
so The Madonna of Bolton has been optioned a few times, but never made it. One Love, my latest book, which I'm really proud of. It's a will they, won't they, two friends over 20 years. One of them is actually in love with the other secretly. And it all comes to a head over the weekend of Manchester Pride. I remember you loved it.
It's a very nice thing. It's a brilliant book.
It's just come out in America, and we have just signed a TV deal, which is very exciting.
How fantastic is that?
I know, so I think, but things like that have happened.
Yeah.
If it's not a book about autism, but I think it's fed into it, made me who I am, made me the writer I am.
God, it has. And I hope you're working on another one.
I am working on another one, and a memoir.
Excellent.
I get a bit, I don't like tempting fate, but I am. It's in the same vein. But, you know, in the meantime, even Albert Entwistle is still going strong. I get messages every day from readers. I should say that's on special offer on Kindle, if any of your readers read on ebook. Yeah, there's, you know, I just get such an outpouring of emotion. And I think, how ironic that I thought autistic people couldn't do emotion, and there's me with too much emotion and struggling, working through it in the books. But this is how it's been the making of me.
It's fantastic, Matt. Good luck to you with everything that you do. Thank you for talking about that, because I know there'll be people at home going, oh, I wonder.
I know.
Is that me? It probably is.
That's why I wanted to do it.
Ah, it's great to see you. It's always good to see you. Thank you so much. Hi there. Thanks so much for watching our YouTube channel. We upload new videos every single day. So click here if you're interested in this video, or head to the homepage for more amazing content.